Hey there, team, and welcome to Bhur Sagath, as these palm trees signify. Oh goodness me. 1, 2, yeah. Oh, dude, what factions do we have to... Oh, Khazad and... Rad? Mordor? No more. What's the red? Dale, Khazad and Dale, maybe? Up against Rhun, perhaps. That's what I'm thinking. Either way, oh, dude, yeah, let's just do this while we got it. So Mac sent this one out. So we got Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Yeah, always a sound shout for a siege. Oh god, if we have 3 of them, dearie me. Then Camel's Chosen, Dragon Knights, Shadow Bows. They're good, of course. Narim, Tribesmen, Bladesmen, Sapphire Bladesmen. Double crossbows yet again, especially with this many dwarves on the field. Scion Rim, Gamp Rim, Double Flag Rim. Warriors, crossbows, mercenaries, okay, Eastern Guard, and the Wain Riders of Rhun. I'm very chuffed to see this. Okay, yeah, okay, excited. Then over here we have Thanatos. Oh, so it might have been Thanatos that sent it in, but he got it from Mac. Could have been. I'm not sure. Couldn't be sure. Then Camel's Shadow Guard, Flag Rim. Lots of Sound Rim, crossbows, Gamp Rim, Dragon's Wrath crossbows, Shadow Bows, Gamp Rim, crossbows. Yeah, I'm gonna be pondering over, but I'll call out anything crazy. The Double Guildsman is kind of a cool shout, and I'm seeing another thing over here, another Wain Rider of Rhun. Okay, 2 of them is interesting. And then we've got 2 times Aeneas, so we got the Eastern crossbows again, double armor upgraded, very cool to see. Shadow bows, double shadow bows, okay. So double into the red limit there, but works for me. Yeah, no, definitely in a siege defense. I always think going red limit once with rangers is a good idea. Guildsmen, crossbows, let's see. More guildsmen, that's nice. What's a Narem? Okay, cool. Anything crazy up here? And 1 Dragon's Breath cannon under control of 2 times. So, okay, I like it. Immediate views. I think the double Wain Riders is very cool. I think it's a bit risky. What I would have maybe loved to see, and if this is 3 Khazad, then I think, and if it's 3 Khazad and 2 Dale, I think I get it, because you're not really too worried about the enemy melee cavalry. Well, saying that, melee cavalry are not really how you want to deal with Wain Riders, are they? All I was saying is, I wouldn't mind 1 more unit of melee cavalry out here with them, because they've got the Dragon Knights and they've got the Wain Riders. Saying that, are they going outside? The Wain Riders might be used inside. Interesting. Okay. I mean, they can be. They'll be very good at sort of just charging and disrupting a formation. But I like to keep chariots moving. I'm not a big chariot guy. But when I do use chariots, I very much like to, I like to run them back and forth a lot, run them through your lines if possible. And you can't really do that in the really dense, jam-packed terrain of a cityscape or a proper siege. I don't know. We'll see how Mac wants to use his. I imagine they were going to be used sort of in tandem, sort of really picking a player, bullying them on the outsides. Even with their arrow fire, I actually don't know the range damage that those arrows have, but I suspect it's a chariot. It should be pretty menacing. It should be a pretty nasty amount of damage that it's putting out per shot. So just whittling them down like that and just coming in for some of these really crazy charges. I'm going to say at 1 time speed because you usually get quite a long grace on Bhur Sagath. What do we have? Khand. Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. It was just Khand and Harad. Oh, this is a really cool fight. Oh, dope. I'm really excited about this. I really like evil men versus evil men or evil men versus orcs. It's a lot of fun for me. It was just in the last 1v1 we had Rhun versus Khazad, so that's why my brain did that. Oh, awesome. awesome. I'm excited about this, actually. Holy Templar here. Not actually seen that name before, but he's got his brother the Spear. Let's stay at 1 times speed. I won't like call out exactly what's in their army. I'll try and cast my cursor over everything so you can see. But I just wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't put stakes down. I just think it's too risky, especially when you're playing as Khand. Like, sure, I mean, if they're going to come in for an initial charge, but you've got your cav to counter it. I wouldn't have done that. But that's just me being scared of stakes. Lots of numbers here, lots of nomads. One thing I really like to play, I like to view as Khand as, is Khand is kind of, I don't like to think of Khand as one faction. Khand is 3 factions wearing a big coat. You know, you've got the nomads, you've got the Nurads, you got the Varyags, and you know, all together they make one really quite prominent faction. But you kind of, you're piecing together lots of different cultures, and I enjoy that about Khand an awful lot. Demons from Bacon Soup playing as Harad. He's got Serpent's Fangs, South Rhun archers. Very cool. Over here, more Harad. We've got 3 Khans, 2 Harads. Trollmen. There's going to be a lot of Trollmen on the field today. Lots of demons too. God, this is going to be scary. South Rhun Pikes with their AP. Haradrim archers, just to be a very beefy unit of archers on a siege attack. I really like. Just to absorb damage, it's great. Serpent's Fangs. In the back here we've got Dismounted Serpent Guard, but they'll be moving up. Actually going to be, I mean, slightly tricky for some of the Runic forces to deal with. They are just quite a high quality unit. Lots of Nurad Halberds from Bard the Bowman. Hey, so Dale is technically on the field today, I wasn't wrong. Then Varyag Warriors. Lots of Brother Spear there. In the back here, the Nurad Footmen. Lots of Nurad. There's going to be so much AP too, goodness sake. Lots of numbers, lots of AP, lots of, yeah, just devastation. I really, as I say, evil men versus evil men versus orcs versus evil men. It's cool to me. I really enjoy those sorts of fights. I just find them to be an awful lot of fun. We've got an arrow formation here, or a wedge formation with, oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I shouldn't use this as my thumbnail, but I might. Yeah, I might, just because it looks nice, doesn't it? It looks cool. So we'll see. Hopefully we get an actual like battle image later, but I like Camel as a model, and just the wedge formation is dope. I don't really rate the wedge formation actually in combat. I don't think it's too useful, but it's cool to see. I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure the wedge formation doesn't provide you any mechanical advantage like it does in Warhammer Total War. If you're playing as Bretonia and you put your cavalry into wedge formation, you get, I think, increased acceleration and charge bonus from them. So Mac is leaving his Wayne Riders outside. I feel that's a better shout for them than being used inside. You can pick up a bit of pace in inside Bhur Sagath. I just don't, you know, I think I really do rate like sometimes having a Lancer on the inside to just slam, but I don't know how I feel about a Chariot unit, which again, Chariots aren't about charging in and pulling back out the same way. Chariots are about pushing in and breaking through, or pushing in and sort of curving around, not really in and out in the same way as you can do with Lancers. As usual, there should be 2 links in the description, or 2 timestamps in the description, one for the end of the army run through, one for the actual start of the combat, so feel free to jump to that. I think we actually got some, I'm not going to view that as the start of the combat. Yeah, but these guys, some of them are kind of bloodied already. Yeah, I'm not going to view that as the start of the combat, but it might be very soon actually. Yeah, Varyag Horse Archers, just chasing away those Dragon Knights. To be honest, yeah, with Khand on the attack, I would have maybe just not brought any cav. No, I maybe wouldn't have wanted to challenge them outside. You can't really challenge Khand outside. And Harad as well can take a lot of, they can take quite a lot of calves, so, and with 3 Khandish armies, I would have probably just thought, no, let's not, let's stay and remain hidden. I'm a little bit scared about this valley here. Is always a concern. You have to be when you've got enemy artillery. But the Dragon's Breath cannon is all the way back here. Surely its range can't reach that. Like, even the mouth of the valley there. I think it's usually like, I would have probably put it here, so that you've got a bit of a better chance. But even then, it's like I'm probably thinking about trebuchet range here for most of it. Wain Riders. I don't actually know what the range is on the Wain Riders. Don't know if it's much more or less than a standard archer. I wouldn't expect it being less. If anything, I would say it's slightly more. Not having to worry about moving around, those archers are able to wield a larger bow, perhaps. Let's see if we rack up some kills. So I'll view this at the start of the battle. This is where I'll kick it off. I think we still have a lot of maneuvering, so feel free to skip around. This is the way that I watch a lot of Third Age content. Not Third Age, a lot of Total War content. I watch it at 2 times speed. And I also I use the right arrow key very liberally. So feel free to do that. I do not have any problem with you watching my content in any way you like. Just, watch my content. Thank you very much. Those beast tamers have taken quite a bit of damage here. And yeah, we are getting them dropped, but these are so lightly armored. I didn't actually call out names, but yeah, so we've got Diego de Ramos here, or Diego Ramos here, and his Kandashan ally over there is Ricky Beagle. Variag Cataphracts Horse Archers coming in to blast. Those Wain Riders are very big targets for arrow fire. Yeah, it's nice. It's a good little few chip damage to the Beast Tamers. Very enjoyable. I like that a lot. Again, we could have had like Rhun have Variag Mercenary Riders, right? Maybe. It'd be a shame if we get Variag versus Variag combat on this fight. I don't think we've got any Variag forces. It makes a bit of sense that the Rhunnic, not chieftains, Rhunnic forces just weren't able to recruit any Variag mercenaries, knowing that they were about to face their brothers in combat. Good charge from the Variag Cavalry. This is a cool confrontation actually. That's so much silver just battling against each other. But that was this rock just kind of saved the day. That was a nice. I agree with that charge. I think he made the right move to charge it. It's just that this rock stopped so many of his boys, and yeah, really made it a bit of a pain. And the Variag Cataphracts were right there, ready to punish him. Holy Templar really pursuing him deep, which I think is the right idea here. He's taking some shots to the face, but that's what Cataphracts are all about. Heavily armored, shielded. You can take this damage to your face. Don't follow him around the corner maybe, but chase him in there. Now we want to run up and get a preferably spear and shield. Even if we had some Haradrim spearmen, which I don't think we do, Southron spearmen should block up this passageway here, so that they can't come running out again. And maybe though they could come running out with Wain Riders, but which looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Just wanted to get some back shots into the Variag Cataphracts, but yep, no, Diego is blocking them up, which I say is that is what you want to do here. Holy Templar's done a really good job of just chasing the Runic forces inside. So we want to make sure that they can't get back out again. The Nomads of Holy Templar leading the way. Southron Archers from Bacon Soup actually taking their position here. Nice. Are they going to be fired upon? Southron Archers, of course, not very high quality, but not the super cheap Haradrim Archers. They've got something to their name. But up against these Flag Rim, Scion Rim, not really going to be able to do too much damage. Well armored, as all the Golden Boys are, and shielded too, so it's going to be a bit messy for them. Well, it's not going to be messy for the Runic forces, I should say. I absolutely love the Dragon Scale armor. So cool. I used to be absolutely mad for Rhun. As soon as I saw the Easterlings, when I was watching Lord of the Rings as a kid, I was like, they're awesome. They're so cool. I just really enjoyed love the aesthetic of them, and then when I saw them in the first Third Age mod, I was just blown away. Absolutely you know, awesome looking dudes. Quick charge there from the Dragon Knights. Bolting the Hood Warriors back again. Get them out of here. Harad halberds there, holding the line. Oh, few casualties though. What did that? Javelins? No. Interesting. Hood Warriors aren't AP. They're just, you know, kind of think, you know, Rude Hour-ish. You know, they're very much just mad high damage. But again, that's not AP damage. So the Dragon Knights should be able to shrug most of it off. But I think the Dragon Knights have been through the wars already, so they're suffering a bit. 48,000 frames is that long for a Bhur Sagath? Not really. We're leading the way with Nomadic Warriors here. Not a bad shout, definitely, but I like that we've got the Nomadic Axeman coming up too. He is squishing them, nice. Okay, really trying to get around the flank there. There's no form an orderly queue to just get the flank off there, boys. But yeah, no, this is nice. If we can just have the Nomadic Warriors holding the line and the Axemen coming in around them, good stuff. I mean, it's these little moves in a siege that just really really sort of shine through, and just the fact that he's gotten these Axemen around the flank like this is really going to be quite beneficial. Oh, no, why are we pulling out? I think we're pulling out because we want to get pikes in, and also we're getting ranger fire on us. So he wants to keep the line a little bit more light. I would have loved to still get a line of shields in front of those Southern pikes. I think they just need something, and I think that those I would have maybe kept those Nomadic Warriors in there. Just provide a bit of rigidity, allow your Axemen to do their work, because right now they are doing some good work. They're cracking into these heavily armored local flag rim, but you know, the flag rim being more standard sword and shield. I know they're using maces and axes, but sword and board unit, they're going to be faring not too bad at all against these Nomadic Axemen, just sort of outpacing them with their strikes. You really want to have a sword and board in there alongside them. We're just taking the old shot here to the front line, but it's not devastating. I like this coordination between the boys, between Diego and Bard. We are getting some shots coming through into the Harad halberds, but at least the front is being protected by the shielded Hood Warriors. But the attack is well under the way. You always see this, or almost always see this. This attack on the east side always goes off first, then this one begins, which makes a bit of sense because it's a bit wider. When this one begins, you want to come forward with a lot more forces than you do over there. Over there, you're really forced to squish up and grind a bit slower, whereas here, you can flood. And of course, if you're going to flood, you want to flood deep. You know, you want to be pretty wild with it. Beast Hunters going forward into the front line of the flag rim and Scion rim. Bit nasty for 2 times, but if somebody's going to take this fire, like, he knows somebody's going to take that damage. He can't just run away, he can't stop it. Somebody's got to take that damage, so it might as well be the armored up, well shielded Scion rim. This would be an awesome time if he had, say, some strong clansmen to come forward and just absorb those shots. The Dragon Knights, he's not willing to just sit and take it though. He's going to try and break them. Shaking. Nah, but they're so close to their allies. He dealt some damage there with that charge, and you want to use the Beast Hunters in melee after. They are AP in melee, so they're not like the live and fire and forget snag a skirmishers who you can just be like, I don't care. As soon as they've used up their javelins, they can just die. You know, you really want to get that AP used in melee and at range. So dealing off a charge to them is going to sting. The Nomadic Warriors are back. The Axemen have suffered so many casualties, and this is where I was really happy about this right position. There's no more Axemen over here. The Nomadic Warriors are coming in now, but the Nomadic Warriors are really lacking the damage to get through the Scion rim. I've done, so what I said at the start here, Khand is like 3 factions wearing a big coat and pretending to be 1 faction. I've tried my best. I used to play a lot of Khand, and I like to try and just say play Khand as if you are just nomads, you know. just using the Nomad Warriors. Now, you can't really do that, of course, in a properly competitive fight, but it's a bit of fun to mess around with and just just restricting yourself to a certain type. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous for an attacker. Yes, Gantrim are well armed. Yes, Gantrim have a shield. Not a big shield value, but a little shield value. But rinsing through them like this is as good as you're going to get as an attacker, especially with your rangers, with your archers. You've always got to just take, you're never going to get the same amount of devastation with your rangers as the defenders will, so you just have to take take what you get, and I really like that. Beast Tamers, more nomadic warriors, not from Holy Templar, but from Bard, or are they just nomadic axemen? I think it's just nomadic axemen. But yeah, Beast Tamers coming forward to provide a bit of rigidity with that phalanx. Dismounted Servant Guard, great to see them on the front line so early. Damn, that's a lot of halberds. We don't have any halberds on our side. Eastron Warriors coming in, armor upgraded. Eastron Warriors coming in to try and put a stop to this, but Shield Wall pushing Brother to the Spear. Staying up in the front line. 2 times, is it just, no, we do have some Mac forces here, but this is generally just 2 times. I know, a fair bit of Mac from from on high as well, but we need some more infantry. Nice full unit of Flag Rim have arrived now, but you can see from the mini map there just how thin this is, and yet we're seeing this. We're pushing through. We could use some sort of shield wall unit again. The only ones we've got the Brother of the Spear. That's the only one Khand has. Does Rhun and Southron Spears? They can go in shield wall, can't they? They don't have any mass bonus. Yeah, we're pushing again, you can see. They don't have any mass bonus, but they can still go into shield wall, they can still bust it. But I mean, I don't even think we need to bust it. You're seeing we're running around the flanks here. This is a bit scary for 2 times. Really quite scary. Those Brother of the Spear pushed on in, and I think we're going to get a crossbow volley right to the face. Maybe. Or are we going to stop it? We're going to stop it. Bard really trying with all his might to get through, and yeah, we're pulling back. We are getting our asses out now, and that was stopped. Yep. Flagrim coming in to finally break that. This is good for the attackers. This is really good and early. We're going to inflict a lot of casualties, and we're forcing them to just pour their ammunition on us. Brother, the Shadow taking this fire is a bit scary. But hey, is what it is. What we got? Variag Warriors mixed in, or is that's just a lot? Oh, no, some Brother of the Sword actually, nice and early from the Brother of the Sword too. Okay, cool. We're getting some high quality units, but I guess the defenders are coming at us with the low rim units. So you have to answer that with something that can actually match them. You can't just throw fodder at them. They'll quite efficiently just rinse them. Now the issue of, we do have Variag Mercenaries. Okay. Very, very conflicted boys here. Probably going to be some punishment for them after the battle, unless they're willing to throw their purses at their brothers. Ooh. Some arrows going to be doing a bit of friendly fire there. Variag Warriors mixing it up on this right flank. This is just a fire arrow effect from the Narim. This is not actually going to be providing the morale debuff that fire arrows normally do. Over here, more Mud Warriors. At least they're taking this damage from the left side and the face, so the shields are coming into play. Wayne Riders from Max still firing away. Quite rare to actually get a chariot unit fully spent with their ammunition. Baradram Spears go deep there before breaking. Looks like he tried to abuse this sort of gap here, but it was just too low quality a unit to actually make it. The issue with Bhur Sagath is for the defenders. And one of the things although this is looking very devastating for the attackers right now, they're suffering a lot of casualties, they're inflicting hell war. But also, they're using up enemy ammunition. And the whole power with Bhur Sagath, I think. This is my strategy when I tend to defend Bhur Sagath. Yes, you can suffer a lot of casualties in the front positions. You can suffer a lot of casualties throughout the whole defense. That's fine. Your goal is to make sure when you fall back here, the attackers don't have ammo left and you do. If you achieve that, great. It's so tough. You can be 20% down. If the enemy do not have ammunition when they reach that final defensive, when you reach that final defensive point, and you still have something to shoot at them, oh, RIP in peace. But what happens so often is the defenders pour so much ammo into these initial defenses, and the attackers, because the attackers kind of lack great points to shoot back at you, they still have ammo for that final position, and you're in a bit of trouble. Hey there, team. So, of course, I do really enjoy recording at home. Makes it a lot easier. Everything's there, but do have the issues with the cats occasionally desiring my attention. So, still grinding away. I was talking about the situation up here. Let's see, usually you always see, hi little dude, hey. Sorry, phone my cat. You always end up seeing the defenders reach this position when they're on scraps of their ammunition, and the attackers probably have a heck of a lot left, and you're so exposed up here. The attackers can blast you to pieces. It's, yeah. I'd always recommend as an attacker, try your best to save. You know, even if you can save like an archer unit, you know, the whole team, maybe two full archer units, then you can just pour ammunition. Hey, dude, I love you. He just keeps walking up to me and just batting his head against my leg, just knocking me over. He's a big cat. Yeah, I've shown Basil before. He's a very large animal. Okay, wow, that is nice. Very nice, man. This, so it definitely, yeah, you can see how messy it got, but it seems to have gone in their favour now, as the Wayne Riders turned up, and we got a nice sort of break from the lines. Very cool. Okay. And I suspect this had something to do with it as well. Oh, I heard some strange noises downstairs, and I thought Basil was throwing up. Dear me. He was not. He was not. Yeah. So I think that 2 times probably had some damage with his Dragon's Breath cannon. But okay, that changes the game a bit. And now it is time, because they've sort of gained this area properly now, the attackers are able to set up and start really pouring ammunition into the defenders, which is never a fun situation to be in. You're always going to take the odd javelin as the defender, you know, sometimes you just can't get around that. But you want to try and avoid taking clear ranged sort of arrow damage. Nice blast. Pretty nice blast from the second one, but yeah, the first one is of course a lot better. So that's the cat trying to escape now again. So I'm just going to go open the door for him. Let me just find something nice to look at for 5 seconds while I run to the door. Oh, okay, we're actually breaking through here. Let's sit here for a second. Nice. Okay, no, the sound room actually came in to answer to it. Got the Variag mercenaries out of there. Yeah, as I say, I do try and limit the amount of cuts I have to make when I make videos. I try and just make things as simple as possible for myself. When it comes to editing, it makes the whole process a lot more fun for me, definitely. So, yeah, the sound room, they'll hold the line against building the sword for quite some time. Oh, unless a catapult has something to do with it. That's okay. And again, said at the start, well, said it a little while ago, as an attacker, you just have to take what you can get with your artillery and your range units. So this, of course, is not something that you maybe would want to shoot at as a defender, but as an attacker, yeah, this is juicy. And if it forces the crossbows to pull back a bit, he's still going at that door. He just got out a second ago. Little man. I'll try and like let him have a quick second, but I will have to go get that. Shadow bows, nice though. Yeah, you're rattling through this, even if they're taking crossbow fire. I think it's worth it. That's a shot. Surely not. So yeah, we need to. I know this is some shielded units, but we've got some very lightly armed guys in there too. We just need to carve right through this. It's scary. It's very scary indeed. 14 shadows still remaining. Going to be taking some fire. Absorbing a bit of sponging some damage for the boys. Some crossbows here taking a bit of counter fire. What do we have outside right now? Are we still? Where are the? Wow. Okay. It's interesting. It's interesting that the attackers still have so much out here, especially some of them being nomadic marauders. I really would want these guys and Stormguard from Bard. I know we want to keep them safe, but you know, we need these guys through now. We need them just in case we want to actually use them. And what's kind of scary is the amount of troops we have here in comparison to, like, we've got no reserves here. Like, barely any reserves. I guess that's because, I mean, there's a lot inside, but say if something devastating happened here, which it might, you know, we're always one step from just catastrophe. Yeah, if something devastating happened here, these Norad halberds breaking good numbers, we could rattle through and just eviscerate that. Hey there, team. Yes, so they're both on the act now. Both just being bad kittens today. But yeah, very exciting. So, sneeze incoming. Maybe. I think so. Okay. My god. Absolutely scuffed video today, gamer boys. Absolutely scuffed. Anyway, sorry, coughing now too. Jeepers sake. Act somewhat professional, please. This is a big break again. 122, well, 124 maybe when they're routed. Barrack Horse Archers are through. Just engaging now. Yeah, like I'm a little bit. I think we've gone too hard on this side, dude. We've gone too hard on this side, too gentle on the other. Well, in comparison, I think what we need is we need some of those forces to come over here. We are flooding forward now with some more reserves, but a bit scary. So on a 5-man attack, normally what I would recommend is you have 2 players against 2 players here and 3 players there, or maybe 2 and like a quarter, and then the rest over here. Just 1 player landing a little bit of aid over here, and maybe we've just, I mean, we're Holy Templar, Bacon Soup, and we do actually have a fair bit of Ricky's forces over here too. Maybe we've just gone slightly. No, it's only a handful of Ricky. I like that we've got Chariots too, the Brother of the Wayne, the crossbows there for the boys. I think we've maybe just gone too heavy over here, like all of these reserves just waiting for their opportunity to get through really quite a narrow choke point. The thing is, once, you know, even if this takes a long time to grind down, you know, they should hopefully still have quite a lot of troops left, but it just means... Oh, I don't know if we're attacking this or not. Yeah, or where we're going for, but oh, the capital. I think that's what we're trying to shut down. I remember back when we first released the Dragon's Breath cannon, it was a bit too devastating. It was it was pinpoint accurate. Like, well, not pinpoint. It was very accurate. Far too accurate, I think. And it looks like yeah. So this really is just a counter battery fire situation. Dragon's Breath cannon pulling back now though. Oh. Shame. Yeah, surely it can't have too many shots left. It doesn't have too many. You know, again, like, because when it first came out, it had a lot of ammunition. It was so accurate that it was just it was an immediate pick. You never saw siege defense without Rhun. When it first came out, it was everywhere. But of course, they toned it down in this version of the game, just to make it a little bit more reasonable. Because it was too much. It was just way too much, dude. Speaking of that, we should at some point be getting a new version of the game. Fingers crossed. I think it's not too far off now. I mean, we actually, new version of Divide and Conquer just dropped. In terms of my recording anyway, this will be out a little while after, no doubt. But, so I was very upset with, of course, Gallo's departure from us, but that was how I discovered it. I haven't been like following Divide and Conquer updates for a little while, but then I saw that I saw, you know, his departure video, and he made it, you know, he mentioned it in that, and I was like, oh, cheapers, right, wow. So I do need to get playing that at some point again. Very excited about that, and hopefully, you know, Reforged will pop out with a new version at some point in the near future as well. Fingers crossed. So a lot of arrow fire just pouring into this section. It's body piercing fire. Yeah, shadow bows, body piercing right into the Harad archers that are engaging there. The Trollmen of Harad. It looks like Diego is responding to that body piercing fire by shunting his way on forward a little bit. It seems so. Few Dragon Knights still remaining, so that'll be some interesting plays from them later, I am sure. Shadow Guard advancing now, not really worrying about anything shooting at them. They're just coming up to shore up the Gab Rim and Scion Rim line. Again with a bit of AP, a bit of... No, because they're just like axemen, so they don't really have any range to their attacks.
It is coming for us!
Maybe wielding halberds, but they're not wielding them like halberds. Yeah, just bringing them down like great axes. So would we call this a... No, that's definitely a halberd. I would call that a halberd. I wouldn't call it, because it's got a... what's the official description of a halberd anyway? Because it definitely has a point. Yeah, it's not... It's got this too. Oh. No, I would just say it's a halberd. I don't know. I won't get into the too deep into the nitty-gritty descriptions of the weapons. Narrow amount of ammunition too. They can go on into the front line if they want. They'll hold the line for a bit. They're decently armoured, you know, kind of like Western kind of men archer, so they can hold the line. Eastern crossbows with 1 level of armour upgrade engaging as well. Just to no, that's without any. Yeah, that's with no armour upgrade. They get those sort of like Eastern warrior helmets when they get 1 level armour upgrade. Camels Chosen engaging now too. Now I don't rate the Camels Chosen like super highly, but they're always a pick for me when I play as Rhun. Just because they can shore up the line like this, and it's going to require something of note to actually deal with them. You know, like the Trollmen of Frad will hurt them for sure, but they need something a little bit more substantial if they're going to be bringing them down comfortably. Nomadic Marauders from Bard. Yeah, but you're seeing them running now. Like we should have had these guys moving up a long while ago, I feel. Stormguard from Bard, yeah, they're in a nice sort of better position for reservist play now. Got 2 cats playing in my doorway now, so that's great. Can't close my door, can't receive any sort of privacy because the kittens are playing around. I call them kittens, they're both, you know, verging on 10 years old now. I mean, you know how cats are.
Mightiest Khan, only half of our force remains.
So that is Mac down to 50% of his boys at this point. Still a lot of guildsmen, still a lot of reserves for the defenders. I think the defenders have been playing this quite nicely, but I just worry about the amount of ammunition they've got. I think there's been a lot of like very aggressive plays from the attackers that I've really enjoyed. Has been responded to well with ammunition, but I keep bringing it up. It all comes down to that final choke point on Bhur Sagath.
It is coming for us.
And what resources the factions have to play with at that final choke point. And I just don't know if the defenders have left themselves enough, and I think that the attackers still have quite a bit. There have been so many fights I've been attacking, and I've just set up my archers here. They've set up this glorious defense around this area. It looks gorgeous, and then I've just shot at it. I've just been like, cool, yep, you can't do anything to me, mate. Transperth is standing here very boldly, which makes me think that the catapult is spent. Oh no, it's still there. They just don't care. Well, I was really hoping that would be that. That would be it. Catapult, of course, not very accurate, lacking the accuracy of the ballista, and of course of the well-engineered trebuchet. Just a simple evil man catapult. Yeah, we're still coming out with counter battery fire. That's only 1 catapult left, but in all honesty, if Bacon Soup can keep this 1 catapult safe, I'd really like to have 1 catapult, and especially with a smaller unit like this, because you can just work him into really quite small gaps. Like, look at this unit size. You can, like, they've got them spread out, but you can scrunch them up a bit. He can squeeze that in to just about anywhere that he wants. Okay, that's good. No need to protect battery fire when you've got a shot like this. That is devastating, Holy Templar. Yeah, I mean, I keep talking about how close you want to keep your reserves, but maybe hide one of them here. Oh, well, then you're going to get shot by them up there. I think, yeah, you don't lose much time by hiding around that corner. Yeah, what Bacon Soup's doing. But I don't think Holy Templar's seen that. Okay, no, he has. But instead of pulling them back, he is pushing them forward. Goodness me, that was a devastating shot. Are we getting another one? Surely we don't have much. Nope, that is... Oh no, we're pulling out. We are pulling back. Interesting. Some firepower coming into the eastern crossbows there. Or no, that's going into the Dragon's Breath cannon. But that's a bit of a shame. A lot of wasted arrows there. Advancing. Ooh. Yep, so we're going to get something going on with Varric Cataphracts. What are we going for? Yeah, we're very fragile on the front line here. I think it's maybe... Yeah, it's definitely time to sacrifice this outer level. Because we do not have anything ready to go. I think that we're going to be falling back there. We sort of already are in a position to fall back here. No, Thanatos is pushing out. Oh, I don't know about that. Because if we push out here, and we continue to shore up this defense, and then we lose that side with Varric Cataphracts inside the walls, and the Dragon Knight's gonna try and catch them. Yes. Wait, what? No, that's just two. Wait. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm getting really confused here. It is the Dragon Knights. 12 Dragon Knights, 17 Varric Cataphracts. If Matt can delete these Varric Cataphracts, I would view that as quite a nice win for him. Of course, Holy Templar's not going to let that happen too easy. Just going to keep coming in to break down this defensive line. Even though it's a Scion Rim, it's still just not let. Oh, don't run through them! Don't run through them! No! They weren't ready for that. Yeah, get the heck out of there. Oof, I'm sure he regrets that order. That was a few guys just dropped for no reason. You'd maybe be tempted to sort of run over. I mean, Thanatos would probably spot it. He would see it coming. He's a pretty perceptive dude, and all of these players definitely know what they're doing, so they might call it out. Something you do have to do when you're split up like this, and one of you is defending one side, one of you is defending the other. You do have to call out when things run past you. You know, don't just be like, oh, that's no longer my problem. It's going to be your problem at the end when your allies run out of troops and you just support them, because a cavalry got through you and started backstabbing them. Thanatos has got the tools here to deal with it, but he just needs to know it's coming. And that is it coming. Just round, get a crossbow volley in these boys. They're running. Yeah, okay, so he has spotted it, or he's been told about it. 93 leading, get their lances down. It's still going to be nasty because, you know, the horse is still unpleasant, but that was not bad. That was really not bad. I do not know why they didn't get the lances down Holy Templar. I'm sorry about that. That should have been a lot more devastating than it was. That could have been at least... I would have said a charge at that speed should have been at least like 25-30 casualties. From like 10 Varric Cataphracts, I don't think that's a major exaggeration. I think that'd be fair enough. So no, because that's like what, each killing 3. Yeah, no, that would have definitely been possible from that charge, and that would have been enough to then allow him to escape after. Yeah, so unfortunate, dude. Sorry about that. Still got his nomadic warriors engaging here, but yeah, I think that this is not something that I feel the attackers should be allowing. But either way, yeah, I mean, they know this is just the last defense here. Over here, Thanatos is not wanting that to happen again. Oh wait, were they always hiding? They were always hiding. Maybe he didn't even know they were there. Ah, shoot. Right, I see you. I think that they were hiding, and that's why they didn't get their lances out, because he didn't actually order them to attack until it was like last minute. He probably just had them running down here and they didn't notice. Maybe. Oh, Sapphire Bladesman. Engaging now up against these Norad Halberds alongside the Shadow Bows and Gamp Rim. So we do have some good Halberd versus Halberd combat. Southern Pikes arriving now. Definitely what we need. That sort of range to outrange the Halberds. We are getting shot by more body piercing fire though, saving them for those pikes. But again, that's just teasing more and more fire out of the defenders, which is, you know, upsetting. Still so much here. You know, I really think that, like, if I was Holy Templar at this point, I would probably say to the boys here, right, cool, you know, I will leave you to it, lads, and I would gather just about everything I've got. Maybe leaving these guys up here, but I would gather all of this and reroute it over to this position, just to make sure that the enemy can't get too well rested, and also it means that if they want to be active with these cav, they can't just run out of that doorway, down that slope and escape and come behind us. Guildsmen, yeah, I mean, they are ammunition, I guess, but we really need archers for this position because we need to be able to counter the enemy archers or whatever range units they're going to be coming at us with, and throwing daggers can't really be doing that. Dragon's Breath Cannon arriving again. Is the catapult in a position to try and counter it? It's been moved yet. Like, as I said, you know, you can squeeze it into this little position, but you really need to try and bash that stuff now, dude. We're in a little bit of a scary spot. Yep, Bacon Soup has seen what's coming. He's pulled some of his units out just to make it less of a juicy target. By the looks of it, it looks like they're maybe going to go for the catapult. If he can shut down Bacon's catapult, that would be nice. Because if they still have that catapult at the end of the game, this is going to be very scary. Nope. They are just going for devastation of the troops. Bounce, bounce. That was a cool bounce, actually. Ooh. More body-piercing fire there, as the Trollmen have been pulled out. These mounted warriors may have been pulled out, but that did not stop them from getting targeted. Infantry alongside more Murad forces arriving again. Should be breaking in there. And this is really where you're seeing where both Khand and, well, like where Khand really struggles is just lacking spears, lacking shield wall units to bust open lines, because this is really where you want to be doing it. Even like the Western King's men, you know, I always take its Cardinal to a siege attack. Not that Cardinal is the best siege attacking army, but I quite enjoy it. I always take 2 Menheriath spear units, just so you can do a bust through. And even the Groomy Garrison spears, they can do shield wall, and you can break through some very fragile lines like this. And what is this? Dragon's Breath crew, Sapphire Bladesman. What we just need to do is break that open and rush, and we just can't do that because, I mean, to be honest, I would be really tempted to just do it with straight up infantry. Back in the olden days, before we had shield wall, that's how we used to be able to do it. Just masses of orcs, just whoop, get up in there. I remember watching. It must have been an Umad video from this was before I started playing Third Age Reforged. It was some hill defense, and again, it was like an evil faction. It was like Harad defending against a massive amount of orcs. So there was no like shield wall in that version of the game. It was just, or not in this, it wasn't used the same way as it's used now. And just seeing this huge amount of Moron infantry lend their weight up against the Haradrim lines was very, very cool. Just as they battered right on through. Serpent's Fangs getting in. Champions. Wow, okay, this changed quick. Matted Raiders really deep in. Stormguard all the way in here. Oh wow, okay, sorry about that. I missed this movement. A nice charge there. The Stormguard are, oh dear, okay, that's a good win for the defenders. Really good win there. Stormguard, I view Stormguard as like one of the best elite units. I really do. In a proper, drawn out, messy engagement. I think that they are absolutely outstanding. So losing a lot of them to a cavalry charge like that is really upsetting. Good, Brilliant Spear arriving from Holy Templar. We maybe needed that a little bit earlier, and I know I did say about Holy Templar going around the other way, but it's good to see that he is here. Oh, don't go away. Just, I know you're going to take some damage, but we need this broken open. We got to get through. We got to, preferably. I mean, they've already got the final line. Well, maybe the final line. They might decide this is where they want to make their stand. It's kind of interesting to see a stand made here. Usually, you know, of course, you always get this as the initial defense. Sometimes a little fragile defense here. But then when that's broken, usually the defenders run all the way back to the final choke. And with just over 25% of their force left, we've been neck and neck throughout this. It's been interesting, but it's kind of scary for a defender to be neck and neck. As a defender, you always want to be a little bit ahead, which we're actually behind. We were behind. Now we're neck and neck. Busting open. I don't know if we're in shield wall. Surely that would have. Well, I mean, we're through. Either way, we're through. But I think surely that would have gone better had we been in shield wall. Dragon's Breath crossbows, we need to engage those crossbowmen. We're shooting at them, that's great, but we need to actually stop them from shooting. Good stuff, brother with the spear. Rushing their way on in. Ooh, ooh. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Oh, they took that volley straight to the face. Yeah, okay, Max sees what's happening and he's going to be pulling out. We're just receiving a delivery, I'm seeing, outside. Let me just go and see what that is. So, as I say, very, very scuffed today. Anyway, 20,000 frames. So a lot of time for disruption, I'm sure. Holy Templar still pushing on forward alongside the Trollmen, but those crossbows are long gone. And if they push too deep, then the Dragon Knights would be a threat. Not so much to the brother of the spear, but to the Trollmen for sure. I'm kind of surprised that these Servant's Fangs are being let off from any charges. But I guess, yeah, I would have considered it for sure. I would have thought it would be nice to come and try and give a charge to them or two. Shadowbows rushing forward from Mac. I guess, don't know why. I mean, if it was, yeah, no, I think that was maybe an accidental. I mean, worst case scenario, what I would do is leave them on spread formation, just sitting right there. At least you're going to absorb most of the enemy ammunition, but it's, yeah, you're better just to pull them back. I wouldn't be spending that ammunition on them though, myself. Yeah, again, I would be saving it. I'd be saving it for the final defensive point there, attackers. Interesting. Okay. We're getting a defense here. Again. We're starting to pull back. We're starting to set up the final defense, and maybe this is a temporary holdout. I think that that's generally all it is. It's just Thanatos is here just to give a volley or two as they come around, and then he's going to be running out. Jeebers. I've never seen this many units just like wedged into the corner. They usually do find their way out. Yeah, there is an escape route on Bhur Sagath. It's been a long time since I've seen this route, because on Bhur Sagath you can come all the way like around here. Nope. Am I finding it? Yeah. You get like all the way here with a unit. It's kind of frowned upon. I don't know if like people ban it straight up or not, but yeah, it's and you can sort of shoot down on the defenders there. It's a bit nasty, but I've not seen anybody do it for a long time. Because you're basically forgetting that unit because they go all the way over there, spend their ammunition, then they've got to come all the way back, and it will take them legitimately about 20 minutes to walk around. Maybe we have more than that really. So it looks like Thanatos can try and give him a volley there. Mac is really just holding his position here. 2 times is... Yeah, okay, no, all players still have a bit left. It looks like it is kind of down to Thanatos, though. He's got... No. Okay, no, it's pretty even. It's pretty even. Everybody's got about the same amount of troops left. It's always a bit of a scary situation when you look around, as an attacker or a defender, especially if you're kind of a newer player. When you look around, you're like, oh shoot, I'm the main army left now. Everybody else just has scraps. It's down to me, and it can be a bit intimidating for sure. Ooh, good little lob shot. What are we going for? Wow, good shooting, boys. That's quite nice. Yeah, okay, it's a nice shot. I wouldn't go for it again, but I liked. It was definitely a good test. No, he stopped it. But I definitely like that. It's always good to check these shots. And it certainly wasn't a wasted volley. Landed some hits into the Storm Guard, which is never a bad thing, especially the right-hand side, so their shields aren't in play. But, nah, it just wasn't as effective as I think Thanatos was hoping it would be. So he stopped, which is a smart plan. It's okay to waste a shot, just don't keep wasting them. Brother of the Spear leading the way from Holy Templar, or Holy Templar, in front of his Murad footman. Yeah, well, leading the way is great, but those Dragon Knights have got a nice avenue on your Murad footman. 138 before contact. Those halberds are going to be getting in there now, but that was a nice win. Oh, we did lose one, but yeah, I mean, 30 Murad footmen down. For one knight is not a bad thing. Yeah, tempting charge, but not a smart one. You would have been caught. So definitely a good idea to pull out their map. What's this? Serpent's Fangs over there. Yeah, this is going to be nasty for the attackers. They've got nothing over here really to counter that. Raiders, Stormguard. Demons, yeah, but we don't really want to use a demon volley on these knights. That was an Afric taking a charge, 60 off them. Oh no. Fought them on the slope, so we didn't get a charge. We killed 2. Killed 3. Killed 3 of them. Holy smokes, well done. Okay. And that, I mean, that's 3 champions. You know, this, there's a lot of fights that end up with 3 champions remaining. So, demons taking a charge. Surely this thing going there. No. Woofed. That's a lot of demons down. And again, demons, after they use up their ammunition, you want to use them in melee. They're kind of scary. Champions and Afra are getting sent on in really nice and early here, but I guess we don't have that much left, so we've got to use our elites now. Javelins coming into the ground. That's Guildsman. Nice catch. Guildsman pulling back here. Crossbows being sent on in to shore up the line. Double armor upgraded crossbows can definitely sort of hold for a bit, but they're coming in to back up other crossbowmen. So they're basically just sort of being fed into the grinder here. Something that's nice is they've got the high damage. And something that they're able to, it tires you out to fight uphill. It doesn't really give you a massive advantage fighting downhill, but it tires you out fighting uphill. So these guys will take a long time to die, say because of that double armor upgrade. So by the time these Norad footmen are actually through, it's yeah, they're going to be a bit exhausted, which every little helps. Over here, Champions in Afra advancing now. What happened to those knights? Have they fallen? Oh, looks like there was another little charge in there, and that might have been them. As they pull back behind their lines. No, I'm not seeing them. I think that they were caught. So I was looking at crossbowmen. Hashari's Shadow is engaging. Just 3 left, but all 3 of them are bowmen. So they are going to be getting those body-piercing shots, hopefully just not frenzy firing anything. Shadow bows still with their bows, yep. Yeah, Brim, I'm kind of surprised that we're still... I guess this defense is going not too bad. And yeah, it's allowing us to use these daggers. Oh yeah, 70 for 78. This is the longest that I've seen sort of people holding this area, but again, this is I guess where it's kind of smart. You don't want to fall back to that final position because they know the attackers still have ammo. They don't want to bunch up yet. Okay, did those champions... Oh no, I was going to say those champions maybe took some daggers. Perhaps they did. They are 2 hit points, but they are still just about full numbers. Alright, warriors arriving. These are the proper reserves from the eastern side now. Southron pikes being saved, a very juicy number of them for this late stage. And demons, 59 of them. That's a bit scary. Still that. Anything? No. No more reserves. Everything is inside of Bhur Sagath now. We've got a routing allied unit trying to make his way over here. Some Gant Brim running alongside the Norad footmen, no longer enemies, just all wanting to get out. Shows in general there from 2 times. More daggers coming toward the nomadic marauders and the champions. Let's see if we could just drop a few champions there with those daggers. That'd be very, very nice. Stormguard arriving now too. So they're not going to go down easy either. Ooh, there's nothing... Okay, good. I was going to say there's nothing really there to shore that up, but I think those guildsmen are just about out of ammunition, so they can sort of swamp in and get that sorted. Drivers guildmen are really quite nicely armoured for like an assassin unit. So they are quite stubborn. Both that defensive, you know, double weapon skill and a decent bit of golden armour to boot. And those chosen coming around. Yeah, they ain't going to go anywhere too quick. They're going to get eviscerated by the Stormguard, but okay, no, they're being pulled back. Guildsmen being sent in to answer to this. Oh, nice! Oh, that's great, actually. One guildsman holding them there, while the other guildsman from 2 times. Oh, and that's a Thanatos 2 times teamwork situation going on there. Very cool. It's not just the same player. Still Stormguard in a holdout, but if we get some daggers in the back, that'd be really good. Goodness me, I think that's us up to part 5 at this point for this fight. Serpent's Fang's coming in pretty nicely now. We have the general in here. We do. Don't know quite what they were trying to do there. I think sort of bouncing and then coming around. Interesting. Sometimes pathfinding can be a bit strange in this game, for sure. Shadowbows. Trying to get, I suppose, a close range shot. They were hiding there, and now they're going to try to rattle some blasts into these attackers. I don't quite know what they're going to go for, but if they've got a great like flatland arc, then that's lovely. Poor Ricky, but somebody's got to take that fire. How's the attack going here? Let's see. Stormguard, even as I say, I think that this defense was about as good as it could have been. I really like Stormguard. I think they're so dang good. So they ain't going down easy, even with Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Oh god, both of those crossbows have ammo. Oh, that's a bit scary. Both Dragon's Wrath crossbows here still have ammunition. Yeah, this is going to be messy for the attackers for sure. This final point. Even I think that they're still in a really nice position. I think that those two crossbows, unless we've got archers to shoot them, it's going to be messy. Do we still have that catapult? Is this glitched out, Bacon? Maybe we flew too close to the sun here trying to find this position, and it's been stuck. But the fact that he's still got his crew there, I guess maybe just not wanting to give up the fact that it's stuck. By the way, if it's not stuck, we need to get that moving up. Yeah, because we're gonna need, like, no, I guess he's got time. He's got time. Because you definitely want to bring that up and around the long way, so that you can come and blast them from the side here. He's maybe also a bit worried that they might start shooting them. But I mean, that position there. Oh! He is moving out. Aha, okay, attackers, okay. That's a bit scary. If I had an archer unit, it'd be really, I mean, it's 11 off them. You've got to kill them all the way down to 2 men. Which is not going to be easy. You need some good accuracy for that. Wow, they have great... If this is... What the hell? I was chosen. I was talking you down earlier, but you were just painting through these guys like... Whoa! Nerd Fitmen are no jobbers. Like, they are getting absolutely rinsed there by that grinding assault from the Camels Chosen. If that was all the Camels Chosen, which, I mean, I'm seeing it casually there, so yeah, I mean, must have been. Holy smokes, well done, Camels Chosen. Yeah, they didn't quite wipe it, but they did some damn good work there against those Murad Footmen. So, I think we tried to defend this area. Oh, okay. I was going to say we left a bit too much over here, but this is either been pulled back or it has been already sort of surrounded. That's not good. Oh dear. That's quite messy actually. That's a lot more gold than we're seeing purple or silver. Or, you know, I guess browns from the Champions in Afrat too. That was probably why it got so badly messed up there. For the way, you know, yeah, I'd say, I don't know if I would have taken Chariots to the attack of Bhur Sagath. I just don't think there's enough space for them, but, you know, we'll see. I've been proved wrong a few times in this battle so far. Yeah, could be some secret about it. Yeah, crossbows, you gotta get your butts out there. Oh, they're out of ammo. Or they were just engaged in melee, and they've not pulled that back out yet, perhaps. But yeah, so they're getting back now with just over 10% of their boys. So once they lose the last few Camels Chosen, that will be 10%. That's a lot less than you usually fall back here with. But they've still got ammunition. And they've still got some very powerful ammunition. So attackers, what are we planning here? Because things are a bit chaotic. That catapult has got some distance to come still. We need to get that catapult up here. We're just sort of blobbed up a bit. Demons in the desert standing by. What's this? And the Camels Chosen, still fighting. No point in trying to pull them back now, I don't think. I want to say some Dragon's Wrath. One Dragon's Wrath kills me. Oh. Yeah,
Avenge
he's the
him.
general and amongst the
His
camels
warriors'
chosen
weapon
there.
goes hard.
And
Only
Thanatos.
half the enemy force
Very
remains between
honourably
us and
fought.
victory.
Shadows. You know, with only 3 guys, maybe they've still, or 3 women, I should say. No, yeah, I was going to say they should still have ammo. It takes them a long time to get full units worth of ammo. A lot of quivers on them. Yeah, oh, that stings. For Mac. Can we shoot them down, please? Do we have just any... But I mean, I'm sure that Bacon would be more than happy. Like, if they wanted to use those rangers on his shadows, he'd be happy enough. It's like, yeah, kill them. Waste a volley on my 3 horse ladies. That would be perfectly fine. Even for desert there. Oh dear, getting ripped up. It's pretty devastating from both sides right now. But Serpent's Fangs coming in. Yeah, I would want to get my poison arrows used up before my forces actually arrived. So I think that's a good shout. You don't want to end up risking some friendly fire with those poison arrows. And also, we want to get those Serpent's Fangs in melee. So we want to get them used to their full efficiency first, or full effectiveness first. Demons advancing. 2 hit points, those demons, but very lightly armoured, so they will go down quite quick if we get some shots into them. But it looks like Bacon is, yeah, he is done waiting. He is not going to wait for his own catapult to come. Oh, this one demon is quite far ahead. Oh my goodness me. Goodness me, the most cuts I've had to do in a video in forever. I actually don't know if my phone rings through with my settings on the mic. Goodness me. Okay, yeah, that's surely it. That's surely it. And that's, if that wasn't it, then that'll be it. We need to just flood it now. I was going to say use up ammunition, but no, flood everything, anything I've got. We need to make use of that before they block it up again. And yeah, oh, there's a United Gambrim waiting. I'm gonna fall back to. We've got some Dragons Wrath Crossbowmen hiding in here from Thanatos, but and Mac out of ammunition. Yeah, they're gonna be the final pinch. Nope, Mac is not willing to make that his final stand. He's gonna be rushing on out, which I think is maybe a good idea. We need to block this place up. I mean, the only chance of victory I think the defenders have here is if their crossbows get an absolutely gorgeous arc, and this is the best place for it. 2 times coming in with his camels chosen. Yeah, they'll beat the demons. Could beat the demons, but yeah. Oh, not alone though. There's a lot more stuff coming at them. And yeah, I didn't expect the demons to actually sort of make it there. I thought we'd be blasting them. But even then, we probably were blasting them, but the 2 hit points sort of saved them a bit. A few nomadic raiders still alive, cool to see. And yeah, with these elites arriving now, it's gonna be too much for those camels chosen. Still, you know, a lot of frames, so I think we must end up falling back to the position. I mean, yeah, with the enemy still with range units, we have to fall back to the palace. Defensive point. Do we have any generals still alive? I'm trying to see. It's kind of tough when everybody's in gold. Yeah, we've got a general here from Mac. And I think Thanatos' general is still alive? No, Thanatos' general died. It should just maybe be 2 times. Might still have his general somewhere. But, oh no, 2 times his general is probably in this mess with his camels chosen. Serpent's Fangs mixing it up in there too. I'm not seeing a general, I'm not seeing a golden boy. But he is just sort of silver. Oh, he was in there. Wait a second. Oh, wait. Okay, I see he was back here. Yeah, sort of taking on the champion of Nafrat just with one of his guardsmen. Oh, we've got a few of them there, we can see. But no, that's them getting swarmed now. As the last of these defenders outside. The brother of the Wayne coming in to just barrel through whatever's left. Shari Shadows rushing in there, wanting the glory of being the first warriors into the palace. Oh no, they're standing outside. Waiting patiently for the Stormguard perhaps. Only 2 of them left. No, I was pretty sure they were going to go further. What is their... One second, sir. What is their blade? Oh, I've never actually looked at that Shari blade. That's kind of cool. It's like a, yeah, like sort of a little double-sided sword. Nice. Or a little sort of dagger on one side and probably a blade on the other. Very cool. Ashari Stalkers. No, the Ashari Stalkers are going to be the first ones then. Going to be slamming into a pretty nasty front line. Oh no. Oh no, don't let me. Oh, Bacon. Oh, Bacon. I wouldn't do this. Bacon, come on now. That's a bit mean. That's a bit mean at this point in the fight. Just come and slam in there, Bacon. Yeah, I would say if you've got this sort of manpower, I would leave the shadows, not the shadows, the stalkers just outside, to make sure that, you know, if something crazy happens, we can still use them. But I would just come slamming forward with everything. Three crossbow bolts maybe coming up over. No. Stormguard. It's going to be a nasty front line. 4 Stormguard there from Holy Templar. I hadn't seen the name Holy Templar. It definitely performed pretty damn well, I felt. No major missteps. I mean, everybody was... Yeah, I recognised every name apart from Holy Templar with this fight, so I knew we were going to be seeing some good plays. But that was an awful lot of fun, actually. Very nice. We'll just be grinding away now. So I never like to... I know that some people don't really like to fast forward the ending round. They prefer just sort of ride it out. So I'll be doing that. But feel free to, as I say, let's say at the start, just jump around if you wish to. Chat some guff for a minute. So I mentioned it in the last fight, but the last fight was just a 1v1. So maybe people, you know, a lot of people don't really like watching field battles. A lot of people prefer sieges. I get that. I prefer sieges. I prefer to watch sieges. I prefer to play in sieges most of the time. Say with me only putting out at max 1 video a week, with Scout just very busy with his stuff. Been a while, painfully, that we've seen a battle from Scout. I think the last was a Bhur Sagath fight that he did, and so Umad is kind of holding the fort by himself. And if you are, you know, needing a lot more third Age Reforged content, I try to always like monitor everybody else that is sort of putting videos out, and there is a guy that's sort of popped up on my radar recently, and it's Dexter, I think his name is, but yeah, I'm sure his name's Dexter. I'll post his link in the description, but he's been putting out quite a few videos, pretty damn reliably, a lot more reliably than me for sure, of both Medieval 2 and Reforged, so I would definitely check him out if you are jonesing for more third age content. It can be, you know, yeah, I definitely have been enjoying this stuff, so yeah, please have a look. But yeah, see, I definitely, if you ever come across somebody that you don't think I know of, please give me a shout, either in Discord or just post them in my comments. I really don't mind. Just, you know, that'd be appreciated, just so I can go and have a look at their stuff too. I enjoy watching this game. I enjoy seeing how other people are sort of casting it as well, and stealing ideas. Hey. But yeah, so back to this anyway. So we're really starting to make some ground now as these elites are crashing into the Gantprim line and the Dragon's Wrath crossbows. The Gantprim, as much as I love them, as good as they are, up against these demons, Serpent's Fangs, Stormguard, they're gonna be falling away. Even with Dragon's Wrath crossbows mixed amongst the front. Oh,
we must fight on.
That is the last of... Who are these writing boys here? Oh, I didn't actually see who they belong to. But whoever they belong to, that's what it was. Ooh, yeah, I saw them again, but I couldn't see them in Thanatos. So that's the last of Thanatos' forces broken. So it's just down to 2 times a map. I probably should have just had a look at that. The guys that weren't routing would have pulled me a bit faster. I do like this, the final sort of palace fights. They're always quite cool. I like fighting inside buildings in Medieval 2. It's dope. It sort of reminds me of...
The enemy warlord lies dead.
Oh wow!
Now his men can sense their doom upon...
Oh no, that is over here. For some reason I thought it was outside that we were seeing that. But the guy had actually like broken all the way out to fight them outside the palace. I think that is maybe that is the last general fallen. So we'll see hopefully the last of Mac and 2 times forces battle to the last. But yeah, it sort of reminds me of playing... I know Napoleon had it. Did Empire have buildings you would get inside? I can't quite remember it. I'm sure Napoleon had it. I suspect Empire had it as well. But I can't remember doing it. But yeah, in Napoleon, when you've got like heaps of troops inside some massive building, and then the enemies sort of charge inside, you're just looking through all the windows at these battles. It's quite cool. So no, we kind of get a bit of a feel for that. I know there's like, what map was it? Is it the old Cair Andros, or is it the? Shoot. I can't remember, but there's some Gondorian map, I think, where you've got buildings, you've got like straight up a walkway, and you're charging through it. And if the enemy charges from the other side, they're battling in the middle. It's dope. You can't really give them orders or commands in that section, but you can look through between these pillars and this messy fight in the middle. It's really cool. But no, the Brotherhood should. Oh, the Camper are still thinking victory is certain. Very well played, boys. But as soon as sort of that back line is busted, which the Brotherhood Shield should be doing that shortly, that'll be the end of it. I'm kind of surprised with how long these guys will actually be able to hold. But it just shows how sort of stubborn their defences are. And the real lack of AP, well, I guess the Stormguard are AP, of course, but there's not a lot of AP for the attackers here. So I'll be recording, of course, as implied, I'm on my little Christmas holidays that I've taken. I am working over Christmas, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but I've taken some of my holidays just before Christmas, so I can have a sort of Christmas holidays. Oh, demons! No, dang it, bacon. Just coming around rattling shots at the side. That was enough to break them. Oh dear, ouch! Another good smash into the gap rim. So we'll make the defenses last not quite as long. With these with the body piercing javelin fire from the demons. Banner carrier, get the heck up. Good lad. Yep. So yeah, I've got some time, so I'm going to try and do as much recording as I possibly can. I'll be recording my my New Year's video. Might do that. I'll have to do that Thursday night, I think. Yeah, I won't be able to do that tonight. Won't be able to do that tomorrow, so I have to do it Thursday night. Or I guess I could do it the day before. I do have a day off just before New Year's, so I can do that just before New Year's. Maybe. We'll see. I do like to have my little sort of beved battles. Just on New Year's, it's quite a lot of fun. So we're coming in now with the assassins, fully getting around the campground, so things shouldn't last. The two shadows are in the fray now. Ah, they broke them. Good stuff. The arrival of the shadows, the glorious charge through the palace gates. One of them actually falling there, but still one shadow arriving to break the campground lines. And now the stalkers from Bacon getting around, probably to put in some more body piercing fire on the last few of these crossbow. Crossbow not being locked on, so they should, even with 33, they should be getting out there sooner. With the amount that's around them, because all of these guys are going to be providing like this sort of morale debuff. So it definitely was a damn close fight, actually. Yeah. I think had it not been for that demon strike, that would have been very, very unpleasant for the attackers, even more so than it was. I think as well there was a few little crazy events at the start on the western side, but no, everybody did pretty damn good, which is what you want. Definitely what you want. You don't want anybody like screwing up and costing the battle. You know, everybody did good. Oh, we'll get to see all of the runic forces. Let's see if there's anything super crazy. Oh wow, there was actually experience being spent. From Mac Camel's Chosen. Kind of cool. Yeah, so they did have a bit of money, which in a 3v5, yeah, you probably will. So they did have to spend some. Like, I always think spending money on experience it's not super cost effective. Whoa, oh shoot, there were Eastern Guard. I didn't even see the Eastern Guard. I love Eastern Guard. They're so cool. But yeah, then Thanatos there. Having a look through. Goodness sake, yeah, bows. Sapphire Bladesman, loving it. How did those Wayne Riders? They're cool, but yeah, it sort of would be what we would have expected. Kind of surprisingly low amount of kills from some of those Dragon's Wrath crossbows, but in comparison to the Shadow bows, you know, I would have thought that the crossbows... I think maybe we weren't as liberal with our use of the crossbows. We were probably trying to... I think we were trying to save some of the crossbow ammunition for the final stand. But by the time we got to the final stand, things were already a bit crazy. Dragon's Breath Cannon, actually... Dragon's Breath Cannon got 350 kills, which is actually pretty impressive, I think. For nowadays. And... goodness sake, some of those crossbows. So no, that was super duper. Having a quick look at everybody else's. Yeah. No, yeah. So I know everybody apart from Holy Templar. That's the only name that doesn't spring out to me. But yep, thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.